A judge has ordered that Bruna Ferreira, a Massachusetts resident with ties to White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, is to be released from ICE custody while she fights a deportation case. Ferreira had a child with Leavitt's brother, Michael, but the Washington Post reports the two separated in 2015.
ICE agents arrested Ferreira on November 12th, and she faces deportation to Brazil for allegedly overstaying her visa. She came to the United States in 1998 when she was 6 years old to join her parents.
A DHS spokesperson called Ferreira a criminal illegal alien from Brazil who has previously been arrested for battery, and that she entered the country on a B-2 tourist visa that required her to leave by June 6, 1999.
Ferreira told the Washington Post that White House claims of her being an absentee mother were, quote, disgusting and false. She then added, quote, I asked Karoline Leavitt, to be godmother over my only sister. I made a mistake there in trusting. Why they're creating this narrative is beyond my wildest imagination.
I mean, the law's got to be applied to you whether you have a famous relative or not. Obviously, I don't know the specific details of how merited this deportation is. They're saying she overstayed her visa. Anyone who overstayed their visa is subject to potential deportation. I would not prioritize the deportation of people who merely overstayed their visa, but they're saying that she also had a battery charge, which is, that's a physical crime. She should make available any legal remedies to her, but if it is in their estimation that she should be deported, then she should be deported, whether or not Karoline Leavitt is some tangential relation. No, I mean, I don't know where that enters into it.
Well, because I think the implication is whether this woman could have been, in some sense, targeted because of the acrimony between herself and Leavitt's brother. That seems to me the between the lines implication of the Washington Post story. Now, of course, Michael Leavitt and no doubt Karoline Leavitt would completely deny that. There are really murky things in this case, like the battery charge that DHS complains about. Ferreira's lawyer says that's just not true. There was some altercation she had while a juvenile, but that is not a criminal conviction for battery. It was like some dispute with a girl in like a Dunkin' Donuts or something. I guess they got into it over like a donut, presumably. The suggestion, I think, is that she says that ICE agents specifically targeted her, and she was a DACA recipient because obviously she'd come at the age of 6 to join parents who had come from Brazil. So it's all a bit, it seems to me to get into a very acrimonious custody case between this woman and Leavitt's brother over the kid.
Yeah, I mean, I know, again, I'm more pro-immigration and more immigration-friendly than a lot of people on the right, but I think many standard conservatives for whom deportation is a top agenda, and there'll be some prioritizing, but they'll say, well, she is a criminal illegal alien, so, I mean,
as you know, I'm not as far to the left on immigration as a lot of people are, but for the sake of argument, indulge me in assuming that the battery charge isn't really the case, that it is some juvenile altercation. Do we really want ICE going after people who have no criminal convictions, are living their lives, and in her case are the mother of an 11-year-old kid, and are then thrown in detention? I mean, yes, if she's overstayed a visa, she shouldn't have done that. But is that really, A, what we want ICE to be spending its time doing, and B, something where the pros outweigh the cons for society writ large?
Yeah, all I can say is there are millions of people who voted for Trump who want exactly that. People who overstayed their visas are the bulk of the illegal immigration issue, from my understanding, right? It's actually not the case that it's all just people flooding the southern border. Those are the people who I would argue cause the most disorder for people who live in southern border areas, because the way they're doing it is straining the resources, law enforcement resources. It's dangerous for the people who live there. It's dangerous for the people coming. That's bad and needs to be dealt with. But the bulk of the people who are here illegally are people who overstayed travel visas or visas of various kind. And for my thinking, are they generally posing a lot of criminal threat to other people? No, for the most part. But at the very least, you're going to have to be pretty I think to make that case, you're going to have to be pretty, like, if there's anything bad in the record, most people don't casually have like a law enforcement encounter that's kind of violent even in their past. You're going to get, you're going to get thrown out for that. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, that is an issue. I mean, in this case, just briefly to get back to the kind of backstory, she says that during the time there were custody debates, that Michael Leavitt threatened her with deportation in the past, and that's where the suspicion.
I don't think she should be subjected to a law enforcement. Right, she should neither be saved because she is related to Karoline Leavitt, nor should she be prioritized because she has angered someone in Karoline Leavitt's family.
Fair enough. Next on Rising, I'll be recapping some of Trump's latest derogatory comments to news reporters. Stick around for that.